everybody, welcome to Villain Support Live tonight. It is March 9th, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Mountain. We don't really start that way, but I don't know what else to do, so I just set the time and the date. Thanks for joining us. I am doing an unboxing here, and I want to make sure that the person who sent it is in the chat before I do it. So we're going to give Christopher's there. Hey, Christopher. Do we know if... And I feel like a butthead because I forgot his name. Do you know if James is on yet? Or is he going to be able to join us? I just want to make sure if we're going to wait for if we're waiting for him, I like to hold up for a minute. If not, I'll go ahead and get this open now. Hey, Steven. Yep. Steven, do you guys observe daylight savings time in the UK? Stephen Lockie? Did you have to jump? Did you have to spring forward today, or was it? Is it just time is normal for you?
I think time is just normal for them.
I don't know. I don't know if they do daylight savings or not, or if that's just an American thing, just a U.S. thing specifically.
Well, it was developed because of the war effort in order to conserve coal and resources. But
British summertime. Okay. What can you, in a single sentence, explain what British summertime is? You know, I could probably look it up too.
I'm pretty confident it's the same thing. I actually just watched a little thing on this. Like the UK did it, US did it, Russia did it, and it was all during World War II, I believe. Or was that
it
World
hits
War I?
the last Sunday. No. They advance 1 hour. The last Sunday in March. And ends the last. So it's daylight savings time. It's just call something different and has different dates.
Troa, I have to set time aside for reading regular books, and I have been. Well, you guys know, if you guys saw the video that I posted, I was dealing with a bit more pain than normal, and so I've been on my medication, and that I can read like web comics on that medication. I can't really read regular words because they swim.
Yeah.
So
hey, James. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and open this now. Here we go. All right, they got me bubble. Just kidding. It's not bubble wrap. It's just bubble wrap on top. That's awesome. So villain support from, I think you've already seen this from Levi, from their hit YouTube channel. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of those. And these are spinners.
Yeah.
Cool. Like a top. That's awesome. Okay. Thank you.
You have a good enough
more. Oh, there's a note. There's a note. Hold on. Is this safe to read? Is this safe to read in public, James?
If I'm right, that's a script idea that they sent.
Oh, okay. It's page 1. It's page 2 first. So hold on. Chaz, the maintenance guy. Napa goes, "Hey, Chaz, would you like some water?" And Chaz goes, "Yeah, just set it on the counter there." Points at the counter. "I'll get to it." Napa sets the water on the counter and walks away. After a minute, Chaz takes a drink. 5 minutes later, Chaz burps and it shakes the whole office and is very loud. John on a call. "Hold on. I'm going to have to call you back." Gets on the intercom. "Does anyone know what the hell that was?" Chaz, in a healing voice. "Sorry, John, that was me." "What did you drink or eat to do an earth-shaking burp?" "Only thing I had to drink in the bed here is water, and Napa brought me what looked like water in a glass."
Napa, what'd you give him to make his burp be that strong and have a helium voice?
Napa pulls up a can of a sand drink. "I thought he would like it. If it did that to his burp and his voice, I want to know what happens if he farts." "I didn't want to think about that." "Napa, we will talk about this later. Chaz, just to be sure, if you need to fart, go get away from the office to be on the safe side." "Oh, I'm trying to get far away because of that dream made my burp an earth-shaking one. And did this my voice, I need more to imagine what a fart means." 15 minutes after Chaz finishes his work and he leaves villain support, he hears an explosion and sees on the news that a place is blown up, and John gets a call from Chaz. "Hey, Chaz, what's up?" "Well, I just found out what happens with a fart." "What happened?" "Well, let's just say I'm going to need to find a new work warehouse." "So that was your warehouse we saw on the news that exploded?" "Yeah, lucky no one else was around."
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
"That's awesome." All right, well, take care, Chaz. John hangs up, looks at Nappa. It's not awesome. You're lucky he didn't do it here because Levi and I would be protected, but everyone else would be gone, including you. What have we told you about giving humans say in items? Not to. My bad, John. The end. I'm open to recording something like this. I'd wanna work on the script a little bit, but it's a fun idea. Are you guys cool if we edit the script a little bit? Something wrapped in bubble wrap. Lots of bubble wrap. Oh, are these coasters? Holy crap! And these are stone tiles too.
Yeah, I immediately went into creator mode and was like, "Did you make these like this, like this?" And like we just sat and talked about how they were made. And then they are dish. I did find out, no, not a dishwasher. That you can hand wash them. It's not recommended to put them through the dishwasher because of the coating they used.
Sure.
Would probably
and
get
these parts here, these guys here. Look at this. I mean, it's the old logo, but that's fine. That's awesome. Guys, thank you so much. And then wait, there's more. Ooh, there's more. But what else is under the bubble wrap?
Pretty sure it's just more bubble wrap.
All right, just more bubble wrap. So all the bubble wrap goes back into the box. What's in there? Okay. Thank you, James and Christopher. Really appreciate that. That's awesome.
What I find funny about the skit for Toff, and for those who don't know, it got posted. It had trouble posting on 2 other platforms, which was TikTok and Instagram, and I'm glad it didn't. For the sheer fact that like I screwed up because it was during a live, and I screwed up, and I didn't notice it during editing. It's just a screw up where I asked twice about what Toff would see. And the first one's forgivable if you know Toff and how their powers work. Yeah. About half the people do, and the other half actually go like, you ask them to see feet, and this one's like, well, Toff can see feet. And I found a clip, by the way, of in Avatar: The Last Airbender, where Toff makes a full-scale replica of the entire city and the people in it.
Yeah.
With minute details, mind you. I'm like, that's Daredevil's power right there with extra.
Yeah, and I love the bit in where she's making fun of herself, and you know they're riding on Appa, and she's like, "Yeah, I can see everything."
Right, and that's what a lot of people thought was like the combination of those two. Like me asking about feet still makes sense when talking to Toff. The asking about color, not so much. And because the way I reacted during the live stream was I just moved on. A lot of people go, that still works. This whole skit still works. You don't need to refilm it. And I'm like, a part of me is like, I really don't need to refilm it. The more I look at it and everything, I don't need to refilm it. But a lot of people are calling it out.
I'm going to go put these in the kitchen real quick so that Elaine can see them.
They're cool.
Yeah, they are cool.
I don't have, Christopher, I don't have the card, but if you want to put what your business is in the chat, yeah, I don't know where that's at right now. But we had thought about remaking, and that's not accurate, Sage. That's actually not. Remember, if she knows where it's at, she can still bend it. And that's the key thing here, is that like she's shown to be able to bend stuff in the air. With like the space rock is a good example of how powerful her bending is. But at the same time, it's like she has to know where it's at in order to do so. If they make a noise, she has been able to pinpoint and move things out of the way. It has been proven that she can bend things in the air being thrown at her. If she can hear them, she can sense them. And in the show, it actively shows like a bubble around her based on the noise. Her powers work exactly like Daredevil's.
Except
exactly.
She's far more badass.
Yes. And so like flight on a Dalek isn't going to work because they still make noise. In the show, and this is the key thing, in the show, everything makes noise. Now, this could be because noise is needed to portray the fact that they're flying around and stuff like that. It's a suspension of disbelief thing. But at the same time, they don't shut up. Exterminate, annihilate, destroy. They never quietly kill. And their lasers make noise. It has been proven that their lasers make noise. So, with that being said, Toff would not be a good opponent for them for one reason. Wherever they make their Dalek bodies, it isn't going to be a pure form. It's going to be a space metal. Toff proved that she can bend space metal easier than Earth metal.
And even if they're flying, all she's got to do is try to sense where the metal is.
Yep.
It's like fighting Magneto who can't see.
There is a specific sound I need to grab of somebody went and recorded a high quality version, like super high quality. I went and grabbed it. I need to find it.
So, Paul, you're right in most cases. However, if she has access, because Toff can bend things she's not touching. As long as she can sense it, she can also kind of grab onto it. Like she did with she's fired, she's pushed off metal and doors and stuff like that. So the reason she lost to Aang is because he was floating silently. And her only vision is when feet are on the ground.
And even in the snow biome and stuff like that, it's just a fuzzy type deal until she gets used to it.
Thank you, Earl Jones. That video was so fun to make. And Levi and I were just talking about this a few minutes ago before we jumped on. Somebody commented that I needed to do another one where he found out that he took out only Sam or only Dean. And now I'm imagining telling Thanos, wait, don't do the third snap yet. Don't destroy the Snows. You had a different one to do. You took out Sam, but not Dean. Or you didn't take Chuck Norris off the list. You snapped him away, but he didn't go. Now he's pissed. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So we got at least two follow-ups here. One with Sam or Dean, and one where Chuck Norris was snapped away, but chose not to be, and is now coming after Thanos for revenge.
Oh, here it is.
Hello.
Good. Okay. I need to show you all something. I don't know what type of warning to give here other than the fact that the sound is not very pleasant.
Let's witness the high
quality version of cracking a hard-boiled egg. The point that really gets me is this right about here. That squish.
I find that super satisfying.
Okay. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Now add metallic screeching and a scream to that noise. And you have a Dalek getting squished in the side of its tin can. This, for those that are able to hear and everything, the senses that you get when you add these things into a video and the views when we take the extra time to do that are just nuts, because instead of somebody imagining what that might sound like, being able to hear it is 1,000 times worse or better, however you want to say it. The head pop sound. Yeah. So when I reminded you of getting your tooth extracted. So when I heard that, I was like, I gotta grab that. And the only thing I need now is metal crunching. And then I remembered you have it. You have a metal crunching sound that we might be able to use. That a fan made for the Borg ship thing.
Remember the sound that I used way back when for Magneto versus the Borg?
Yeah, I need to double check it, but if that doesn't work, I have to combine like 3 to 4 different sounds in order to make it like sound decent, which is fine. But it wasn't like on my plan list of things to do for a video that I'm not even 100% on redoing now. I don't know. Here's the thing. Me and Chris have sat here and talked about what we could do for the remake. And the biggest problem with the remake is how do we want to go about doing it? Because there are some things that are really good during the live action or the live make of it. And when you go to rewrite it, now you're questioning what jokes should go in it, what shouldn't be in there. Why would this character say this the way it is? One of the things we found out that Toff is like the only Toff in existence for media.
There is no other character named Toff spelled that way.
And I was like, I didn't know, because originally I wrote a joke of John like clarifying which version that we're talking about. And in the reality of like we deal with multiple different realities and everything, it makes sense to clarify which person you're talking about. It does. So part of me is like, it needs to be clarified. But from a skit standpoint, taking a step back away from that 99% reality thing, it doesn't make sense because no one is going to misunderstand who we're talking about.
Right.
But it also doesn't make sense for us to immediately assume that's the person that we're talking about. And we've done that before and been called out. Like, why did you assume? But I don't think we would get called out on Toff. And even if we did, it's like, I mean, who else?
The minute you mentioned Toff, it's like, okay, well, I know exactly who that is. Crap.
Yeah. So there isn't much point to clarify it, but it is a joke within there that we can go one of two ways if we decide to go this route with the script, which we haven't. It's really weird when we collaborate on a script. We'll go back and forth until something clicks with both of us. So we have two versions here. One where the joke is just written out, and you guys don't need a whole lot of context. It's just John and Levi reacting to each other. So they're fighting Toff. Well, crap. Yeah, she's Dalek bending, and I would say it the way I was going to. So you've heard it then, huh? Heard what? I don't think Levi would giggle in this sense. Levi's disgusted by the sound he heard, and so it would be more along the lines, "Oh, if they give you a call back, you'll find out. I'm sure." Oh no,
I was just reading it, and I'm like, there in no universe does John question which Toff you're speaking about.
Yeah, because currently in our own universe, there isn't a Toff that's popular yet. So then you have to think about this from a standpoint of, we've written things before, filmed them, and they are holding their own to this day. But we've also had things where they no longer, like, things have changed massively within that universe, so now they no longer apply. You could do what's called future proofing. There's no way you're going to future proof anything that you make perfectly.
No.
But it doesn't need the clarification. And there is a different way to write in the joke of, well, crap, what did ATLA, which is Avatar: The Last Airbender, what did the Daredevil do now, right? I think the easiest way to say that joke is, what did that Daredevil do now?
So
instead of calling it out.
You can, but John doesn't make the reference jokes like that. Levi does. John doesn't do that.
So that there definitely needs some rewriting on this script, and the biggest thing is like John taking the call of the Daleks has two things. One, Chris knows enough, I think, about Daleks to probably do a decent enough call without input. But these creatures are getting massacred very quickly. There's not much of a call there besides the Daleks keep calling back and then it keeps getting disconnected. I need to try to get a connection. And you get little tidbits of the conversation. So the way Chris wrote it was a back and forth between Levi, Nappa / John, which makes the most sense when your call keeps getting disconnected. Even in a call center, if you keep getting the same call and it keeps getting disconnected, which I've had that happen. I don't know about Chris. And on my end, it turned out to be telemarketers trying to breach and pretend, not telemarketers, telemarketer scammers trying to breach and get information from us about how we handle our calls in order to mimic our calls and then scam people out of their money. There was like a site-wide notice to keep them on the line so that the call could be traced. Which is interesting to think about that, call centers deal with spammers.
Yeah.
It was like the only time in my career I ever had that happen too. I didn't have that happen on AT&T. I didn't have that on DirecTV. I had it happen on like the Wells Fargo Equity Program thing. That was it. But in none of the other programs I ever worked with Teleperformance, and I'm not mentioning a bunch of the other ones, did I ever have that personally. Now, I heard other people have dealt with it before later on, but I never came across it. But I like the idea of the back and forth call so much that I had the idea to redo if I redid the call, it would be done in that style. And effectively, we had three ways we could do this. We could do a call where it's just John trying to talk to the Daleks. We could do a call with Levi, and then we could have the calls tie together at some point, and then you see the combination. Now, the third one, so you'd have three videos. Now, the third idea is to literally just do these as one call, where you see John, you see Chris. I've done it with the Constantine series, but it has to be written out very thoroughly, and then I have to sit and edit it. A good explanation is also the Stitch 40K video, where it's in that similar style where you get the story back and forth all as one, and everyone appreciates it because they don't have to go searching for it. But at the same time, it's a more difficult thing to write and film because it has to be done. I'm missing the word. There's a word there. It's comprehension, but a different word for comprehension. You need to be able to comprehend the call.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about. I want to know how they edit that voice. I know it's just software or it's a filter that they use, but call screen, yeah. I take it you're writing a script right now?
I'm reworking a lot of what we've put in.
For which one, the Toff?
Yeah.
All right. So so Chris is doing that right now, which you guys, I'm not going to show you guys the Discord, but we have I have this entire list of like different things. We're going to call them tea kettles. Apparently, some people call them salt and pepper shakers. That wasn't really a thing back then. They would have containers filled with like salt cubes or stuff like that. That's something that they would have, but they weren't really shakers because salt and pepper were extremely valuable, and Toff would have access to that, but they wouldn't have been shakers. Pepper pots, yeah, that's what it was. It was like legitimate pots of just salt and pepper that would be brought out and added to the dish and then taken back. Like, you were not just given the salt to use willy-nilly. Although I feel like her parents probably would have. They were very flamboyant with their money. Flip it. Not flamboyant. Flip it. Where is my sugar? There it is. Oh, okay. Still can't bend. Also, I got something in the mail today. I got the chair for the scene where Levi is just sitting back and relaxing. And I thought about the scene while waiting for the chair to show up. I was like, it would be hilarious to have one scene to show two different scenes of Levi in two different versions, where you get one scene of Levi working out or something. And it's not seeing his entire character. It'd be like from chest up, and you just see like the weights getting lifted up. And it's the first time Nappa calls, and Levi's not paying attention, and then hears it and hangs up immediately after within the same pump, right? So pump, answer, hear Nappa's line, pump back up, hangs up. Dude, that's rude. I think that's hilarious. And then the second one where Levi actually answers and tells him the line is Levi with like cucumbers on his face, relaxing, answering the phone and saying, nope, not my problem. I think that's funny. Are the kiddos doing good? The kiddos are doing good. I don't have a way to stir my tea, and I accidentally put too much tea in. Little short skits like that are like funny for channels that do like quick. I'm not gonna say crappy animation. That's not the right word. Low quality. Not even right the word either. Just that very quick made animation that like they don't refine it or anything like that. Sketch, like a quick sketch animation. It is when my cup is so full that I can't drink it without drinking the bitterness first. But combine that with how the skit originally went, which one of the biggest things I want to have still be in there is keep much of the original, modify what I need to modify, but keep the reactions of the like, and then like the brain stuttering. The hardest part of this, outside of rewriting it, is going to be recreating that reactions or just saying, nope, that's going to exist as its own thing. And then we're going to have to do a different type of reaction. I can make the brain stutter happen, just not as well as that, because what had happened during filming of that of the Toff versus the dialects is that my brain literally was like having trouble putting two and two and figuring out the next part while acting at the same time. Because I'd only worked up to that point. So the rest of that is literally just me off the fly trying to figure out what to say and do.
One sec here.
You're good. But that means that the Stitch is going to get filmed My parts are probably going to get filmed tomorrow, as long as I don't have anything going on.
All right, that is now in the Corp Google Drive called Toff versus Daleks.
Did you share it with me, or like I just need to pop over there?
You should just have access to it.
Yeah, I do. I was just wondering. So is this the one that would be for if John took the call? Yeah.
Yeah.
So this isn't the combination.
Well, this is a back and forth.
Yeah. We don't have a way to make the lines with Daleks right off the bat. Do we want full voice acting on this?
I think you and I can figure it out. It's not like the Daleks have like a very particular voice that we need someone else to do. One of us can just do it, and then put like a little bit of a like a reverb or thing on it. Just make that harsher. It wouldn't be difficult.
1 second here. I don't know if that'll work.
Oh.
Huh. While I'm waiting on something to generate the voice, there's a soundboard I tend to use. They do use some AI stuff for voices like the Daleks and stuff like that that don't really need human sounding voices too much.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh,
here it is. Hold on.
Did you find the script?
Ah! Did you hear that?
No.
Okay. Gotta share my screen. You're just gonna see a blank screen, but you'll hear the audio this time.
Hello, John.
That's really good. Can you make it go? Can you make it go ee and then just like cut off?
Let's see if how long this will take. Usually take less than 30 seconds.
Can you turn on the heat there?
No, I don't need it. The little heater on low is doing just fine. There it goes.
It's not pronouncing all the e's as separate. Yeah.
All is separate.
Try just typing the word toffee with an extra e.
Okay.
Charles Winthrop. I never knew Daleks could belch.
Are like passing gas.
Toffee.
That's weird.
What does that sound like? Somebody who
Execution.
So Toffee is Toffee, correct?
No.
Right.
Okay.
It's cold.
Let's see what happens when we do toffee as just the regular toffee.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing that says that I can't in editing. It'd be easier if I could learn how to do the soundboard stuff. But
yeah,
stop messing with my hat. No, stop. in CapCut, I can slow down right at that last point, so it draws it out. Okay, so there it is.
Toffee.
Ah. So I just straight up toffee. And then if we turn around, did you hear it?
Toffee.
John or Chris?
Yeah,
Did you hear it?
I did. Yes.
Yeah. So that works. What we can do is I can edit the toffee part. Let me do this.
I want to try something here real quick. There's a website called findshare.com that has an AI dialect voice. So give me a second. I'm going to mute you.
I have a question.
Hmm.
What does that sound like something from False Things? That's like one of those like flying bots would say.
That's the point, kiddo.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a Fallout 26 thing. Hell yeah. Oh, hey.
Error 404. We could, but like it's supposed to be the line going dead mark. And a good portion of that could just be editing.
It calls itself Toff. Eee!
Yeah. So here's
It
the
calls itself Toff.
so I didn't pronounce the E that I put in there. So I did another version where it spaced the E.
It calls itself Toffee.
And then just drag the E out manually. Stop, Tobias. How about he? Oh, you know what? That might work. I almost guarantee you it's going to do he or he.
Yeah, that
I
doesn't.
feel like this is just stupid.
Don't use findshare.com. Try having it say, if you can find a way to have it say Toff and then have the word fee separately, Toff fee. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. We'll play with it and we'll figure it out. Did you find the file on the
Yeah, that's when I was doing the stuff here.
Oh, cool.
It
Okay.
calls itself Toff. Hey.
Oh, that worked really well, actually.
It calls itself Toff. Hey.
And that just is a
That's what the
cutoff.
he. I'm doing the other one now, the one you told me to do. So it's gonna take a little bit for that. What I will say is trying to annoy me into getting what you want is not going to work. What you're going to do is going to go upstairs. You are grounded. Huh? This one I'm trying to make right now?
Yeah.
Fine. Okay. Here's the last one.
It calls itself Toffee.
Okay.
Don't really, there's not much difference between the fee and the he.
Yeah, it does sound like it cuts off at the last second though. So it's like it's the beginning of a dialect being like just being crushed and then just cutting and then their connection cutting off.
So I can download. Oh shoot. I must have accidentally.
Let's figure that out later. Do you want to read the sketch for everybody?
Yeah.
Actually, I'll just share it on the screen. Just give me 1 second here.
No, I can do that. That way I can just read it.
That's the biggest it's gonna get, everybody. Yeah. Okay.
It calls itself Toff.
Maybe John doesn't even hear the crunch.
I like the idea that it's toffee, and then the
Yeah.
line goes dead.
So let's just fix that real quick. It's just you just hear the very beginning of the shriek, and then their communicator is just trashed. Okay, so John's got a headset on. Who are you fighting? It calls itself Toffee. Line goes dead. What the hell? Nappa goes, what's up? John goes, the Dalek just said it's fighting Toffee. It's chewy as hell, and the shriveled little flesh bags inside the Dalek suits don't exactly have strong jaws. Probably pulled a muscle or something. A muscle or something? That's both insanely stupid and also completely believable. Ring, ring. Oh, shit. Hold on. It's them again. Hey, what flavor toffee are you trying to eat? It crunches us. What? Is it breaking your teeth? It crunches our bodies. Are you fighting Toffee? It calls itself Toffee. What the beep is going on? Levi.
I'm on the phone. What?
You know the Daleks. What does it mean when they say they're fighting Toffee?
Hold on 1 second. They're fighting. Okay. Hold on 1 second. They're fighting Toff.
Oh, well, crap.
Hold on. There's an opportunity to do a joke right there. Can I?
If you yeah. This isn't a final
Okay.
script.
So John says his line. Levi just kind of stops. Hold on for one moment. What's the first 4 letters of that? And you go. Yeah, there you go. I like the smart assery. I love it. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah,
Let's
okay,
redo
so
it.
we'll do that. You know the Daleks. What does it mean when they say they're fighting Toffee?
Hold on 1 second. What's the first 4 letters of that word?
Toff.
And how else can you spell that to make the same sound?
Top. Oh, crap.
Yeah. She's Dalek bending.
Yeah, it crunches our bodies comment makes more sense now.
Something tells me you haven't fully heard that yet.
Heard what?
Oh,
Get
you're
to
about
call.
to find out.
Yeah.
Toff, I'm gonna pull John on the line quick so he can hear this.
I have to take this call.
Let Nappa take it.
Okay, Nappa, grab that call. Try to help the Dalek. Okay, let's hear this.
Do it, Toff.
And then we hear the crunching egg sound along with a shrieking Dalek noise. And then Nappa goes, it was another Dalek fighting Toffee. Jeez, that sounds like somebody smashing it. Anybody want some hard-boiled eggs?
I love this so much. The only thing we have to do is honestly my part, fix my beginning part.
Oh, but yeah, this is not a final thing. This is just the bones. So
this actually works out really well for your entire call. We need to it's already going to be known who they're fighting, so it needs to start out with me. Can you I'll pull it up. I can just do it on my end. So we're gonna decide what to keep and what to scrap from this.
We probably shouldn't be destroying the giant tea kettles. I mean, Iroh probably had some type of plan.
I want to keep that opening.
Mhm.
That opening is perfect.
For those, and like, are they crawling? Like, there's probably people in them that are moving them around, and oh, it made us like a squitch, like a squishy squilch, squid, like somebody. Did you see feet? Was that in it? How much?
So right there at the feet comment, we can either have it be called out and then do the joke that we talked about, where, you know, I apologize, you're more competent. But I think right there's my opportunity to say the Daredevil line. You're effectively the Daredevil of your universe. You can literally,
But
you
Toff
see
doesn't
it.
know who Daredevil is. It's a comment being made to Toff that they would not understand. It's exposition for the audience's sake, and that breaks the suspension of disbelief. You're saying it for the audience. Toff has no clue. I know you really want to make that joke, but there isn't a place for it, as far as I'm concerned.
I think there's a way to make that joke and still make it make sense.
I know you really want to make that joke, but I don't think there's a place for it in this video.
Yeah.
Now, if we're talking about Toff between us later on, yes, because that's not talking to a character who has no clue what the reference is. There's a lot of references that we've made in videos to characters in the past that they wouldn't understand.
We can continue that call where we get disgusted. If we wanted to, let's rewrap back to here.
Was that in it?
So the feet comment needs to elicit the response that we talked about. I'm sorry I asked you questions as if you were excited. So instead of it needs to be more than just one question. So we do the feet comment, and then we swap back. Maybe keep this as it is.
How much? What color was the goo? Was it red goo? Because that's a concern.
Right there. I talk about the goo. That's when we should. So everything stays the same up to the goo comment, and then we go ahead and do the call out of the. I'm sorry I asked you questions as if you were sighted. You're so much more aware of your surroundings than most of the people I talk to. I honestly forget that you're blind. But at the same point, the reason why that works is specifically because that's a reoccurring joke in the universe.
Yeah,
That everyone forgets that she's blind.
absolutely. But that's independent of Daredevil.
Yeah. So let's have the skit be the same up to the goo comment. Then we insert the I'm sorry I asked you questions as if you were sighted. And
Okay. What did they say to you? This talking tea kettle of a
Exterminate!
that would be a Dalek. They're metal, of course. That's why. That explains why. I guess technically speaking, you Dalek bended.
so the thing I want to change about here is at the Dalek bended thing. So we do the color.
How much? What color was the goo?
So we have that.
Okay. What did they say to you? This talking tea kettle of a
Exterminate!
And then we hear the squish sound.
Mm-hmm.
So then I react to that sound. Disgusted. I do the I guess you Dalek bended. at that point, that's the button on my skit. To be honest, the rest of it is me glitching out and then trying to yell at you.
Yep.
So-
Unrelated. Unique Dice just emailed me. They want to do another collab with us.
Who?
Unique Dice.
Oh shit! I need to check my email.
Well, he emailed me at my Wolf Media GBL account.
I know that I talked to them directly. Apparently I talked to the project manager.
And this is a guy named Felix who emailed me. I'm gonna tell him yes. They want us to do a TikTok video, but they've also got a link from their website with the same commission rate. So
I just got a notice.
Cool, yeah.
Can you reapply
So we won't be limited to just TikTok, which is nice.
Okay. Give me a second. I have to do something real quick for that.
Mm-hmm.
I
didn't mean to cut you off, but I figured you'd want to know about that email.
Yep.
I guess you died. I love that. Exterminate. Charlotte's arguing that annoying. Annoying is one they're in groups.
I have to do the other dice too. Give me a minute. Here's that one.
Ow. Oh, Xena, why is that? Finally get noticed by Twitch management? I'm not even have Twitch pulled up.
Have you had any of your tea?
Yes, I have.
I wonder if Voice Mod has a Dalek.
There we go. Sorry. I forget that he probably is messaging you because that's the best way to like contact me out of besides WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Because we have the larger channel. But yeah. So I should be getting 2 samples of dice. One that has to everyone here, because so many people know the joke of Cthulhu. I'll be getting a dice that's similar to this little roulette dice right here.
Yeah.
At least I'm currently working on getting it. But it's actually all 7 dice as a roulette dice.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. And on the bottom of it has a design that is the one I'm getting has a design of Cthulhu. One of the things that I mentioned was that I wish that was a coin. That would be great as like a, just a regular coin to flip. And he suggested that after we get it, do a video and ask my audience if they want it. Because if there's enough reaction, they'd be willing to make them in small quantities to sell. So, and for the record, I also, with this dice that we're doing, I actually participated in helping to design the inlay of how you read the dice.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm really excited.
Can you drop them?
These?
Yeah.
Like if we meet people in real life, we'll give them away. Like if I go to a place and I'm planning an event or something where I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be here if you want to come over and swing out, I will probably try to remember to grab some stuff to give to people. All right. So the first half of this, the first minute and 10 seconds of the Angels versus Toff, if you want to grab that and put that in type, I let me rephrase that. Would you be willing, my arthritis sucks today, would you be willing to compile that into a script real quick with the modifications that we need?
Well, because I can't speak clearly because okay. I can just grab the is that a video? That's a short, right?
It's because it's underneath 3 minutes, it wound up being a short. Yeah, I think it should be in the Dropbox though, because it's backed up.
Oh, so I can't. You can't grab the. You can't grab the script out of shorts, can you? The transcript.
Oh, hey, yeah, 1 second. I don't think I deleted it, so give me a minute.
Because if it was a regular video, I could just go into the thing and grab the.
Give me a second. I can copy paste and send it to you.
Okay, cool. Just copy and paste it right into the beginning of the shared of the file.
Yeah, because we only need to keep the first minute, and of course we'll have to make edits to that because it doesn't get things wrong, or doesn't get things completely right. What do they say to you? Their tea kettle would be a dialect metal, of course. So I do want more of the script, but the first portion of it is the one that we need where we insert you into the skit. And then we can go back to my call during that. So give me a second here.
All right.
Okay. So I'm gonna send this in Discord to you.
I gotta mute. My mom's calling me. 1 second.
And the rest of this. Tobias, what's up? I need to do a downward arrow. Where's the downward arrow? Can't remember how to do the downward arrow on Inspire.
All right, sorry about that. Oh, that does not feel good. Okay, there we go.
Okay, so the first half is obviously needs to be corrected, but the first half we keep most of the same with the change that we talked about, where I get called out after the goo comment.
Are the 2 point whatever seconds? Is that you making
pause? It's where I pause, and so it wound up fucking keeping that in there. Sorry, it wound up keeping that in there.
You cursed.
I can curse as long as it's 7 seconds past. Well, actually, I think it's a couple minutes past the live. But either way, I'm good to curse now as long as I don't like make it every other word. It's when I become a sailor that it's a problem. Yes, Slayer, sleep well. Have a good day. Sorry about that. We get into making the skit, and it's like back and forth.
Sorry, Slayer, but have a good night. Thanks for always being on with us.
The biggest. We're getting this written out, which is great. We're figuring out. We're moving along to everyone here. Chris is writing, so I don't need to. We're figuring this out. So the way that this is going to go, we're going to start with me again. Then we're going to basically flip to John for a section of it. Then it'll flip back to me, and we'll do a couple small parts that I would like to still keep in the skit. And then we'll flip back to the rest of the script that Chris wrote. And that will be the whole call. So it'll be a flip, and then it's both of us talking to each other at that point, right? Basically, the point where John interrupts my call is the end of my call because I'm transferring it to John, which is a perfect segue to end it. We don't get to keep the joke I heard. Now we get to have him hear it and see the reaction to him doing it. So fighting the angels recently, so it's not really surprising that something else decided to bump into you. I have so many questions. First of all, that's so weird. First of all, where is Katara or Aang or any of the others who aren't as unhinged as you? If the Dalek's there, that means it's probably a Cyberman. So this entire line here about the angels, all the way Katara and that kind of stuff, can be dropped down to one line. So instead of me going in a tangent and trying to drag out the video, I can now go, okay, so you're fighting them. So you just got done fighting the angels. Now you're fighting the Daleks. Like, where is Katara and Aang and the Metalmen, given the context, probably means Cybermen. I hope I'm wrong. You know, that type of thing. And I can still mention the whole unhinged thing if I want to. And I know, and I can get rid of the, so I'm having a hard time processing. I need to give you a call back and instead just show me having a hard time for like a few seconds. And then we switch to back to John again. So you guys, one of the things that gets cut out is the seeing Levi's glitch moment. There's not a need to have 30 seconds of me glitching. There's just no reason for it. It's funny. In the context of the original video, it fits. In this video, it would drag it on and create a point of unnecessary time. I hope that by the time we're done, the skit is longer than 3 minutes. It would be nice, especially considering if we have the voice of a Dalek, we need a voice of Toff. But I did do the voice of a Dalek without the voice of Toff. Here's the question, everyone. How do we want to handle that? I had one person ask, how did Toff even call given the time period? And I'm like, I'm not going to answer that.
we have people who have no business having access to phones call. So
you talk to a shark is usually my main response. I was like, no one questioned us talking to sharks and things like that. But they questioned this. I'm like, your priorities are mixed up here.
Right.
Mainly as a running gag, yeah. Honestly, the Cybermen are not something Toff wants to fight. I'm like, with the Daleks, they have been proven to be taken out by random stuff and their bodies blown up very easily and crushed, and you see that. The Cybermen's bodies don't blow up, they blow apart. It's much different. They're not crushed. They're not blown to smithereens until like all of them self-destruct type of sequence. The Cybermen are very, you can see how clear and precise their metal is. And it's metal taken from that universe. It's not space metal. It's wherever they're at, they're actively using the resources and refining those resources. The Daleks do that to some extent, but then they mess with it and create a different metal called Dalekinium or whatever it is. And for the reference to the people who want me to say that's the type of bending they're doing, nope, I'm just going to call it Dalek bending because it's easier to say. But their metal, I can see Toff bending because we see an example of Toff messing with space metal. And I'm going to have GIFs in this particular skit specifically to do call outs. I'm going to see if I can find the GIF of when I start talking to a GIF about how competent they are, where they bring up the full scale version of the city.
Yeah.
In detail. The comment about being blind, obviously I'm going to have the GIF of her going like this with her hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want Toff to become a Cyberman.
No, we don't. Nor a Borg.
Christopher, it's up to you where you want to start Doctor Who. I started watching what's called New Who. If you type that in, it'll tell you where to go. I started in David Tennant's era. As long as you start at the first episode of any Doctor 12th, 13th, 14th, whatever you want to type in, as long as you start in the episode that they turn into the Doctor, the new version, and start from there onward, you're pretty much golden. And you're probably like that Doctor better than any other Doctor. It's kind of like Star Trek. Everyone has their captain. Everyone has their Doctor. Yeah. Like your captain is Kirk. Remember Captain Kirk? Yeah, the old captain dressed in the yellow shirt and everything. Yeah. Mine's Picard.
What about Andromeda?
No, Andromeda's not like that. Andromeda just has the one captain. It's just the seasons get very crappy very quickly, unfortunately.
SG5? Like
SG1, I mean?
Yeah.
I would argue that you could have a similar thing with SG1, but most people, as long as they started within the first 2 seasons of SG1, they're going to like the old crew better than the new crew.
Yeah. The new crew sucks. Yes.
My kid absolutely hated when Daniel died.
He was my favorite character.
Yeah, there he is in the background. For those wondering, one of the ways I'm able to watch anything or rewatch stuff is usually I plan it around the fact of, can I watch it with my kids? Because if I can watch it with my kids, that's when I will have time to watch it the most.
Watch Star Trek like SD1 today.
I don't want to rewatch SG1. Are you gonna finish like the last little bit of the OG SG that we need to finish?
Yeah.
All right.
And stuff.
You go. Now go upstairs.
It's going to take me a little bit to get through all this, but I'll take what you did and I'll put it into the script here.
Go upstairs. No, I said no. I said no. Go upstairs. I repeatedly told you don't get that kind of stuff today. Now go upstairs. Yeah, Troa, that was kind of my thing when I first saw it. I was like, it's a live action Outlaw Star. I've done an Outlaw Star skit. I did a Cowboy Bebop one too. I did a whole series of stuff, and it wasn't that they weren't doing well. It was more along the lines of we learned that having too many ongoing series gave us like there were several things that just caused us to freeze up. One was, as weird as it is when we're in the middle of a series, and we get a shit ton of compliments. I know for me, and I know Chris mentioned he had the same thing, where we have decision paralysis because we don't know where to go with it, and now we have this huge expectation to do incredibly well and keep doing well. And it took a while for us to move past that. And I still think that that's still, both of us still have those moments, especially in skits like the one that we're currently working on, where like this skit has to be made in a way that it works, and that we go ahead and acknowledge the call out that of the first version of this.
Yeah.
And we proceed to move from there. And so that's causing us to take longer on a skit than what it normally would. And then add that to the fact that now we're adding a fully talking Dalek into it. And it's going to be weird if I don't have a fully talking Toff in it. And I don't have a way to get Toff's voice. I really don't. There's not somebody that I know that can do a good impression of Toff besides the actual voice actor. And we could very well
know who I think sounds a lot like Toff?
Who?
Raven.
No.
That said, just adjusting their voice a little bit would be all we would need, because we don't need an exact copy, just someone that sounds close enough.
Yeah.
I bet you Kate would be open to doing it too.
I don't know. Weird. All right. TikTok sample glitches. How fun. Let me message Raven real quick. I'll just call. Be quicker. Maybe I'll be quicker if they actually answer the phone right away. I need you to come down here and try a voice real quick.
Oh man, check this out. So
Toff Beifong, come down here. You get to be sarcastic. You get to be sarcastic. Toff Beifong from Avatar. I know. Just come down here and give us a moment, okay? All right. Go ahead.
1 second here. So where the hell is the Craven video? There it is. TikTok is automatically adding links to where you can watch movies when we reference movies now.
That's cool.
That's interesting.
That could wind up presenting if I'm going to be honest, everyone here, I don't think TikTok's going to go. And the reason why, and I need to say this, is a lot of people, there's like no one talking about how he extended it until he mentioned that he could extend it again. Also, what is going on with my camera? Jeez.
We've done a number of videos of people fighting the TMNT.
Yeah, I did a whole series on it. But the way he extended it was not enforcing the ban. He didn't sign the thing that gave him 90 days. And technically speaking, at any point he could sign it again, or he could give them another extension saying we're not going to enforce the ban. He confirmed that during a question. And I was like, I think we're going to sell. I think we're going to keep it around. I don't think TikTok's going to go. I think this isn't a political thing. This is just politics and politicians, the way they act as whole. It's not a left or right. I want to make sure this is clear. I think he's using it as a way to go, look what I keep. I'm keeping TikTok around for all of you.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. It could have been any president or any person sitting in power.
Yeah.
And if they did the same thing, it would be the same play. You should like me. I'm keeping the thing that you like.
I mean, ancient Rome kept the people happy with entertainment and free bread for centuries.
So, yeah. Fallout Jack, we're not going to talk politics. That's the reason why I specified it's not left or right or anything like that. It's that I'm not going to say if what he's doing outside of that. It's very much I don't think it's going anywhere, is what it boils down to. I just had to explain why I didn't think it was going anywhere.
Yeah, we're not going to have a political conversation.
This isn't a breakfast or dinner stream. During those, I allow it to a certain extent. And if Chris ever joins and he wants to talk like that, that's fine. I know Chris's stance. He doesn't like to.
He does not. Yeah, Jack, and no one's upset. But whenever we see politics get into the chat, into the comments, we call it out. And to be totally honest, whether you are someone who've never seen in a chat before or someone we see consistently, if political conversation continues beyond when we call it out, we will put people on pause.
We even have moments where this only happened once during the breakfast stream. But like outside of breakfast stream, during my editing streams, because I'll sometimes on it, people will let me know, hey, this is a pretty heavy talk. I was like, oh right, yeah, let's cut. But like it's the same thing during oversharing. Like if you're gonna like during the breakfast streams and whatnot, we share a lot. That's one of the points of them. There is a point though, like if you had something happen to you that could very much dramatically alter everyone's attitude.
Yeah.
And it was something that recently, and somebody else was talking about what had happened to them. It would be a good advice to like ask. So if you're in the breakfast stream and you have something bad happen to you and you want to talk about it, ask real quick if somebody else is talking about their thing, is all I'm saying. Stitch. So I need you.
He's down here. I don't know why he's down.
He's been doing that a lot because he's bored.
Yeah, he can get his fucking ass upstairs.
Can you do somebody's a little light on his feet? Okay. Angrily. Kind of mocking.
Like somebody's a little light on his feet.
We're not going to ask you to do anyone else. I just need to hear how you would say it if you were actively trying. Let's say you were fighting Tobias, and he managed to dodge you, and you wanted to point out, Tobias, I'm going to send your butt upstairs for a while and send your butt to your room. Go for it. No, you don't want to do it at all. You don't want to be a voice. Well, the only reason I need to know it now is like because we need to like adjust and figure out what we're going to do with the script. If you're not able to voice it, that's fine. You don't have to voice it perfectly either. I just want to know if you're capable of getting close to that range.
I don't even go that high.
You don't need to go that high. Just try to say it with that mocking tone real quick. Me and Chris have too deep of voices. We can't get anywhere near.
Of course you do.
I've got Kate. I've got Kate coming downstairs to give it a shot. Also,
hey, Kate's gonna try it too.
Okay.
Kate will go first. Okay.
Let's find some actual lines from Toff.
Twinkle Toes is a good one.
Yeah.
He's not going upstairs.
Come on in. So I'm live right now, and we're trying to. You've seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, right? Remember the character Toff? We need someone whose voice sounds kind of Toffish to do some lines.
Okay.
I'm gonna find the line for you to do here real quick.
Okay. I don't remember what she sounds like.
Here. Let's grab. I'm gonna grab a video real quick here. 1 second.
Tobias, please go upstairs. I'm not going to ask you again. The next time you'll be grounded to your room.
You are. Just go.
1 second.
You don't have permission to be down here doing stuff. I'll give you 30 minutes on your phone.
Just make your voice a little bit higher pitched and say, "Whenever you're ready, the pebble."
Whenever you're ready, the pebble.
A little. Whenever you're ready, the pebble.
That was pretty close.
Whenever you're ready, the pebble.
Honestly, that's almost spot on.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do you want to...
Okay, bye.
Well, okay.
Raven doesn't want to try to force themselves to go that high. So
okay.
It's...
So then when we need to do the lines, I'll have you come down and do them. Oh yeah. It's just going to be audio. It's not going to be video.
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
It's all right.
All right. We got
Raven
our
they might try later, but for now, that's perfect.
That's fine.
So we can still have the skit start off with a, okay, Toff, you probably shouldn't be destroying the giant tea kettles. I mean, Iroh probably had some type of plan for those, and then it says like they're crawling. We can change these lines around a little bit. The first line, if you probably shouldn't be destroying giant tea kettles. I mean, Iroh probably had some type of plan for those. That line stays the same.
Yeah.
And then Toff says something that indicates that like they have some type of feet or like they're moving in some type of way. Yeah. And everyone's going to bring up the whole, like the moment they levitate.
Yeah.
So I think Toff's line is like they're moving without feet. And I think my line of like they're crawling. And then there's probably people that are in them moving them around or something. That immediately goes, Toff is taking care of them while they're levitating. They can hear them. We don't need to expand that any further.
Yeah.
And the squishy squish thing can simply be moved around. So instead of it made a squishy squish, when I hear it, I can have that be in there. Okay, Toff, you probably shouldn't be destroying the giant tea kettles. I mean, Iroh probably had some type of plan for those, and
then so I've got in there. Toff goes, "These are way bigger than any tea kettles Iroh has, and these ones move."
Like, are they crawling? Like, okay, so no. These tea kettles move. Well, there's probably people in them that are moving around then. Although that is a bit weird. Hold on. Did you see feet by chance? Yeah, I like that. So, okay, Toff, you shouldn't be destroying the giant tea kettles. I mean, I will probably had some type of plan for those. And then they say their line, like, okay, so there's probably people inside of them moving them around. That doesn't make sense. I don't.
So maybe Toff goes, no, like rolling. And sometimes I can't feel them anymore, but I can hear them flying.
Yeah, I like that. Have me cut off and trail off makes the sense because I'm trying to figure it out. That's perfect. And then Toff saying the line of saying no, they're rolling or something, and mentioning and then you can still hear them. So did you see feet in them?
So here we go. So Toff goes, no, like rolling. And sometimes I can't feel them anymore, but I can hear them floating. It's like fighting a really loud version of Twinkle Toes.
A really loud version of what?
Of Twinkle Toes. That's what she calls Annie.
Oh, Twinkle Toes. Yeah. So did you okay, so you said rolling, flying. Okay, then you can see their feet. Then. Like if you could then you can see their feet then. How many feet or appendages what is the basic shape besides giant tea kettles or whatever?
Yeah, hold on. So I'm going to
Okay.
drop the rolling part out of there because you wouldn't ask the feet question if she mentioned rolling. So let's get the rolling out of there. So she goes, no. And so you go, so are they crawling or no? And sometimes I can't feel them anymore, but I can hear them floating. It's like fighting a really loud version of Twinkle Toes. Okay, so and then you go, okay, so then you can sense their feet when they're on the ground.
Yeah, there we go.
On the ground? Probably people in them that are moving them around. And, I'm not following the squish.
We can scrap the people moving them around bit.
Okay.
Well, then you can sense their feet. Can you sense what type of shape is on the inside of the tea kettle? There we go.
Yeah. Hold on.
No. Instead of sense, I need to say see.
Why? Oh, yeah.
I need to do the
yeah.
And instead of the goo comment, instead of the color, we're gonna drop the color. I'm gonna say see instead of sense, and then that will allow us to do the whole tangent of I'm sorry, I meant sense. We do a call out, and so that line is Toff literally saying, "See what?" It needs to be the smart aleck comment of "Oh yeah, I can totally see a lot." Are you writing that? Okay, I can see it. So
hold on.
okay.
One second. Okay. So when they're on the ground, can you see what shape the people in the tea kettles are?
And then Toff, not missing a beat or an opportunity to make fun of what I just said. Instead of the C, it would literally be that's the first thing that Toff says. Toff doesn't miss a beat.
Yeah.
So it'd be they're shaped like I'm blind. And then I can say the line of I didn't mean, I meant sense.
Sorry. Honestly, you're so perceptive. I forget you're not sighted. Sorry about that.
Did they? And so instead of what did they say to you, like, did they say anything to you? Yeah, right there. And then at that exact moment, we don't even need Toff to actually say, listen to this. Just say, yeah. And then it says exterminate. And then at that exact moment where Levi is about to go, oh, that's, and then have that be cut off. And we have the sound of the Dalek dying. Oh, that would be a Dalek. They're metal, so no, so it'd be oh, that would be a Dalek. And then have me get cut off right at the and part.
Yeah.
Well,
one second here. This is this. That would be a Dalek. They're metal, so of course that's why cut off. I don't know that we need to clarify what's going on with the Anger Katara.
Oh no. That's later on in the skit. That's not part of the first half.
So my question is, if we ask about them, just to find out they're fighting somebody else and then go back to it, is that even necessary for the sketch?
If so many people,
the reason I ask is, I'm doing a lot of sketch writing for improv right now, and I'm getting a lot of improv coaching from really like crazy experienced performers. And one of the things that I get corrected on, what?
Here's the difference here is that a lot of your sketch writing, from what I understand, it's single, it's isolated, right? And then your next one's a new story.
Right, but if you are going to mention a character, even someone people know, mention them and then drop them, that is a distraction for the sketch that doesn't need to be there. It's just a random aside that has no bearing on this story now. Now, if we're gonna do, if you're gonna do Toff and Katara versus the Cybermen, then by all means, yes, have that in there.
Yes. So the plan is like we have requests to turn this into a series, and technically there's a lot of people who apparently didn't know that I'd already did Toff versus the Angels. So whether we like it or not, this is technically a second part to that series.
Yeah.
It was one of the planned on making it a one-off, but the audience wants more.
You're frozen. One of us is frozen. Am I frozen on your end, Levi?
Am I back?
Yes, now you are.
Okay, where did I get cut off?
I'm not sure.
So, I was talking about how there was the Angels skit, right?
Yeah.
So there's that. Give me a moment. And there's people in the comment section wanting more. And had people had the audience not want more, I would be like, I would agree with you. We could cut that entire thing out. We don't need to know what Aang Qatar is. I could still say I really would prefer to talk to someone like after hearing the crunch. Can I please talk to someone on less unhinged than you? That would still fit in there. And that'd be the only line I would say, and we pop back. But because people are asking, hey, where is, they're asking those questions in the skit that did get released. And it's like, you know what? People like the first one. They're liking this one, even with my screw ups. Us redoing this, so it's more of a episodic thing. We need the call out so that it drives people wanting to watch the next part. So it doesn't have to be me saying it. I will say that.
Yeah.
I don't need to say it. it could be something that, you know, when John hears the crunching,
Yeah.
just be like, Levi, where's Katara and Aang and anyone to wrangle in that, and then be like, that's a good question. I didn't ask Toff that. That's a good way to do it.
Yep. One second.
Da, 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 da.
Okay, so I've what size? This all needs to be size 11. Hold on.
Think sorry, I was dealing with the
No, you're good. I'm working on this also. Jimmy Banthroll, congrats on the niece. Where is that? Somebody congratulated him, Jimmy, on a new niece. Did I miss that comment?
I think,
Or is
we
that just a random statement?
I don't know.
All right.
But sorry everyone. So Unique Dice is a sponsor is really weird. Saying somebody is sponsored the channel usually means we're getting money directly from them. That's not how it works. It's they gave us an affiliate link.
Yeah.
And they're giving us free products to promote. So in a way, it's kind of like a sponsorship deal. But the only money that we make is if people buy from the link. Is the only way. We will do videos of that. Like I've got to do videos on my own TikTok. Chris will probably have to do videos on his TikTok, and then there'll be a separate video for outside of TikTok. Since they're requesting this, and we really need to work together and like do a thing like that. And it will be in a skit format as well as just a straight up commercial break in between a skit. I want to try both of them out. And when we go to do that, we'll make sure to put in there to make sure to have not use a browser with the app Honey installed. Because if you're not aware, if you have a browser that has the app Honey installed, it will steal our commission.
Oh, really?
Yep. There's a, I don't know if it's a pending lawsuit, but they're like trying to look at what they can do because Honey was quite literally using its own affiliate codes and taking out the affiliate code and changing the website. When you click, it has an affiliate code linked to it. And as long as you're on that website and stay on that code's still linked. So unless they put in a manual code and then select, hey, I want to use this code, Honey will change the website affiliate to their own. And so they'll take the commission off of that. And we won't get anything. A bunch of creators found out. Your niece will be born around October 8th. Well, congrats, Jimmy. But yeah, So yeah, they're shaped like I'm blind, and we'll do that GIF, of course. Sorry, I meant sense. Honestly, you're so perceptive. I forget you're not sighted. And we'll have the little GIF of right as a like. Honestly, you're so perceptive. Right there at that point, it will like show the GIF of her making the entire city.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Okay, when you say that aloud, can you clarify? Yeah, and then the dialect exterminate. Oh yeah, that would be a Dalek. They're metal, so of course that's why. And then we cut to John. So we don't even get to hear the sound yet.
Wait, what?
So after they're metal, so of course that's why. Do we want the sound to play right then, or do we want to save that sound for like John's reaction?
Which sound?
The crunch screen, the light.
Have the crunch screen be a thing for the end of the video.
Okay. To everyone here, you're getting to watch us argue over a script too.
We're not arguing.
Yeah, no bullshit.
This is not an argument. This is a spirited discussion.
There, okay. No, an argument is when we want to talk about how Batman can beat Wolverine.
No, it's not, because he can't. I was kidding.
We're gonna have that discussion. What date are you free this week or next week for that?
Let me figure out my schedule. Tomorrow night I'm busy. I don't know about Tuesday yet. Wednesday, maybe. Thursday, yes. Friday, no. Saturday, no. Well, Saturday night. Saturday day.
You guys ever wonder why we don't do a podcast right now? Because here's the thing. If Chris isn't busy, I am. Because it's like, oh, I don't have any doctor's appointments this week besides this one thing I need to do. And then like the next week, I'll have like 3 doctor's appointments, or I'll have kiddos that need to do stuff, or this or that. It's just we have to plan it out better. And then both of us have to not forget that we planned something, because both of us have done that. Like, Levi, you ready to go live? What? I'm like, yeah, what about the live? Oh, shit, I forgot. And then Chris, I've had that same moment where I'm like, hey, Chris, you ready to go live? And I was like, oh, I forgot about that. I love how both of us equally have the same reaction. Like,
All right, I think that we've got this good. We still need to figure out how to fit the Weeping Angels and guitar in here.
Okay, so let's go over it, and then I'll figure it out.
Yeah. So let me reshare it real quick.
Oh, you want me? Okay.
No, I got it. All right.
Okay, Toff, you shouldn't be destroying the giant tea kettles. I mean, Iroh probably had some type of plan for those.
These are way bigger than any tea kettles Iroh has, and these ones move.
Or
let me do this real quick to make this easier. Hold on.
I'll play the dialect when it's your turn.
All right.
Timothy, there's a lot of stuff we want to do with John Wick. The first one that we have to do is I had the whole script written out. It doesn't matter. It still applies. We have to do a John Wick versus Chuck Norris. It was part of the 100K special that we never got around to because shit happened.
Okay, this probably helps. Okay,
Okay.
I'll read Toff for you. You can read the Daleks for me.
Yeah. Okay, Toff, you probably shouldn't be destroying the giant tea kettles. I mean, Iroh probably had some type of kind of plan for those.
These are way bigger than any tea kettles Iroh has, and these ones move.
So, like, are they crawling around or?
No, and sometimes I can't even feel them anymore, but I can hear them floating. It's like fighting a really loud version of Twinkle Toes.
Okay, so when they're on the ground, can you see what shape the people in the tea kettles are?
Yeah, they're shaped like I'm blind.
Sorry, I meant sense. Honestly, you're so perceptive, I forget that you're not sighted. I'm sorry about that. Okay, when you say they're loud, can you clarify?
Yeah.
Exterminate. That would be a Dalek. They're metal, so of course that's why. Cut to John.
Who are you fighting?
It calls itself Toff.
What the hell? What's up? That Dalek just said it's fighting Toffee. I mean, it's chewy as hell, and the shriveled little slush bags inside the Dalek suits don't exactly have strong jaws. Probably pulled a muscle or something. John stares at Nappa. Phone rings. It's them again. It's John.
It crunches us.
How are you fighting Toffee?
It crunches our butt.
What the is going on? Levi,
I'm on the phone. What?
you know the Daleks. What does it mean when they say they're fighting Toffee?
Hold on a second. What's the first four letters of that word?
Toff?
And how else can you spell that to make the same sound?
Toph? Oh, crap.
Yeah, she's Dalek bending.
Yeah, that makes the "it crunches us" comment make way more sense now. Did you ever expect to say Dalek bending?
Never in my wildest dreams. So I'm guessing you haven't fully heard yet.
Heard what? Ring ring.
You're about to find out. Toff, I'm going to pull John on the line quick so he can hear this.
I have to take this call.
Let Nappa take it.
Okay, Nappa, grab that call. Try to help the Dalek. All right, let's hear this.
Do it, Toff.
And then
We get the metallic egg squishing sound.
it was another Dalek fighting Toffee. That sounds like somebody smashing it. Anybody want some hard-boiled eggs?
We both look at Nappa.
Yeah.
Okay.
A shrimp fried my rice. Please stay alive.
Sorry about that. Okay, let me take a look at this.
I'm glad you live. Ow, that's my head.
We need to do it right before you have the right before Nappa, I think, enters. So we get the reaction of the metallic squishing.
Where? Because no.
John
Nappa
needs to say. John can say this. Toff, leave it to Toff to be the unhinged Dalek destroying machine. Where's Katara and Aang during this?
Yeah.
Where's Katara or Aang or any of the others to wrangle her in?
Leave it to Toff to be the unhinged Dalek destroying.
Dalek Crusher. Just put Dalek Crusher.
Actually, hold on.
Right at that moment, Nappa walks in before I get a chance to say anything.
Yeah. 1 second. He doesn't walk in, just Nappa. It was another Dalek fighting Toffee and hanging up. Anyone want some hard-boiled eggs?
You need to pull it out of, like, you need to pull an egg out of what looks like a desk just randomly, because then it adds to the level of disgust that Levi and John have. So instead of holding an egg, it was another Dalek fighting Toffee, and then you pull out an egg. Anyone want some hard-boiled eggs? Just like, that's just the thing Nappa does. I think I really, no, that's not backwards. Okay. He grabbed a desk egg. And we can still have the...
Anyone want some desk eggs?
which is perfect. And that could be the scene right there, to be honest.
Yeah.
Where you just see Levi and John just processing, because instead of finishing the conversation that we have, we both got interrupted to the point of like forgetting what we were talking about.
Yep. Actually, Levi can go. So we can get rid of all
10 men in suits. We can leave that, instead of saying Cybermen.
Yeah.
Put in some men in giant some suits. And then let everyone say what they want to say about it.
Yeah, Toff said they're fighting men in metal suits.
So that takes care of all of that.
In a second. So we get do it, Toff. We get the squishing. Thanks, Toff. Call me when you're done. Levi hangs up. John goes, that's not because not now we're out of the call and we're in like the wrap-up part of the video.
Yeah.
That sounded like someone smashing a big metal egg. Leave it to Toff to be an unhinged Dalek crusher. Where are Katara and Aang?
Toff said they're fighting men in metal suits.
Yeah. Great. 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 Nappa, what was that call about anyway? It was not a Dalek fighting Toffee and hanging up. Anybody want some desk eggs?
Can we read this all the way through?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, Toff, you probably shouldn't be Okay, Toff, you probably shouldn't be destroying the giant tea kettles. I mean, Iroh probably had some type of plan for those.
These are way bigger than any tea kettles Iroh has. And these ones move.
Like, are they like crawling or?
No, and sometimes I can't feel them anymore, but I can hear them floating. It's like fighting a really loud version of Twinkle Toes.
Okay, so when they're on the ground, can you see what shape the people in the tea kettles are?
Yeah, They're shaped like I'm blind.
Sorry, I meant sense. Honestly, you're so perceptive, I forget you're not sighted. I'm sorry about that. Okay, when you say they're loud, can you clarify?
Yeah.
Exterminate. That would be a Dalek. They're metal, so of course that's why
Who are you fighting?
it calls itself Toff.
What the hell? What's up? That Dalek just said it's fighting Toffee. I mean, it's chewy as hell, John, and the shriveled little flesh bags inside the Dalek suits don't exactly have strong jaws. Probably pulled a muscle or something. Ring, 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 ring. It's them again. This is John.
It crunches us.
How are you fighting Toffee?
It crunches our bodies.
What the is going on? Levi,
I'm on the phone. What?
you know the Daleks. What does it mean when they say they're fighting Toffee?
Hold on a second. What's the first 4 letters of that word?
Toff?
And how else can you spell that to make the same sound?
Toph? Oh, crap.
Yeah, she's Dalek bending.
Yeah. That makes the "it crunches us" comment make way more sense now. Did you ever expect to say Dalek bending?
Never in my wildest dreams. So I guess you haven't fully heard yet.
Heard what?
Yeah, you're about
Ring,
to find
ring.
out. You're about to find out. Toff, I'm going to pull John on the line quick so he can hear this.
I have to take this call.
Let Nappa take it.
Okay. Nappa, grab that call. Try to help the Dalek. All right, let's hear this.
Do it, Toff. Squish. Thanks, Toff. Call me when you're done.
That sounded like somebody smashing a big metal egg. Leave it to Toff to be an unhinged Dalek crusher. Where are Katara and Aang?
Toff said they're fighting men in metal suits.
Great. Nappa, what was that call about anyway? There was another Dalek fighting Toffee and hanging up. Anybody want some desk eggs?
Okay. Get rid of the sounded like smashing a metal egg.
Yeah.
And when you get to the unhinged Dalek crusher,
Yeah.
I'd just put in there, have a disgusted face when you're saying that.
Just that was
Horrifying. Yeah.
horrifying.
I like that.
Hold on. Yeah, this. That was on par with the sound of Magneto crushing a Borg cube. Leave it to Toff to be an unhinged down. 1 second. That was on par with the sound of Magneto crushing a Borg cube, and I still hear that in my dreams. Leave it to Toff to be an unhinged Dalek crusher. Where are Katara and Aang?
Instead of Qatar and Aang, let's change that to what did they call themselves? The Avatar crew or something like that?
Team Avatar?
Team Avatar. Yeah, where's the rest of, and then quotation marks, Team Avatar? Get rid of your John line after I say about their fighting metal suits, because I'm going to change my line slightly.
Okay.
We need Nappa to interrupt us. So Levi's line is going to be, Toff said they're fighting men in metal suits. And given that she just got done fighting the Angels a while ago, I would put a bet that it's, and then Nappa interrupts.
Yeah.
So Toff said they're fighting metal suits. And given that I need to have the exposition in there.
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay. I think, yeah, quotation marks just. About the Weeping Angels. I'd bet that it's. There we go. So you do your line.
The desk egg comment doesn't make sense now because now we're no longer we got rid of the egg comment before.
Yeah, so now it's say your line. I'm gonna do thanks, Toff. Call me when you're done. Hang up and then say your line. Thanks, Toff. Call me when you're done.
1 sec.
Okay.
This line?
Yeah,
that was on par with the sound of Magneto crushing a Borg cube. And I still hear that in my dreams. Nightmares. One second.
Yeah, Levi never heard that.
Yeah.
So to Levi, that's where Levi can say the egg comment. And I was like, it sounded like, I don't know, a metallic egg getting crushed.
I sneezed.
I need to say something else that still gives the same thing, but it leaves you to say unhinged Dalek Crusher. Squished. Instead of crushed, I say squished.
Yeah.
Then you can say your thing. Leave it at top to be an unhinged Dalek Crusher. Where's the rest of Team Avatar?
That reminded me of Magneto.
Tin canning a Borg cube.
Yeah, tin canning a Borg cube. And I still hear that in my nightmares.
Sounded like a metal hard-boiled egg. Sounded like
a metal hard-boiled, like metal hard-boiled eggs being squished.
Leave it at Toff to be an unhinged Dalek Crusher. Where's the rest of Team Avatar? Toff said they're fighting men in metal suits. Given that she just fought the Weeping Angels, I would put a bet that it's I think at this point, now we can have Napa still do the anyone want some desk gigs. And we get John and Levi getting interrupted. That's the interruption. It's the cut point. It's the disgusting. We just got done talking about what it sounded like. Okay. Because I think at that point, not only does it create a great button point, it creates the point of like, we completely spaced what we were talking about.
Yeah.
It went from us discussing the disgusting sound to discussing something important, which makes sense. You discuss the thing that was happened immediately. Then you go, hey, look, there's an important thing happening. Napa interrupted us, and both of us forgot what we were talking about. I think that makes sense. Let's give it a read from the top.
What if Napa is holding the egg? Anybody want a desk egg? And then he squeezes it a little bit, and it just goes.
Yeah, we hear the sound without the metal. Yeah. Off screen stuff. No, we're not going to do that. That's going to be the end scene where like you see Chris and Levi, John and Levi, thoroughly disgusted on the camera at the same time. I can put both of them on the camera equally going.
Or should Napa just bite it with the shell on?
Are you willing to do that?
I'm not all the way through, but I'm willing to. I start.
If you want to do that, yeah, that would be fine. It really, that would be honestly more impactful than just a hand crush. But here's the thing: you could have a desk egg, and the egg could be seen, and all you have to do is go like that, flex your hand a little bit, and I could add in the sound. Yeah. Whereas you don't have to do that means you don't have to make a hard-boiled egg if you don't want to.
No, I mean I'm gonna make hard-boiled eggs anyways.
Oh,
but
okay.
hold on.
Yeah, eggs are expensive. Yes, that's.
So they are at the same time, they are still an extremely cheap source of protein. Even at Costco, it's $8, $9 for a 24-pack.
We started to default to lentils. 9 grams of protein and a single serving.
Mm-hmm.
But not everyone likes to eat beans. And we found out that we can't because we were trying to grind them up after cooking them, but no one liked the texture. Yeah. So I left them. I just boiled them, cooked them with a little bit of chicken broth and everything. Mm-hmm. Added them to the after rinsing and everything. Added them to the sketty sauce without grinding them, and everyone loved it. Yep. So non-ground, they didn't have a problem with it because it matched the same texture as the rest of the veggies.
Well, like today, I made deviled eggs for the potluck that my improv team had. And it was, we were talking about it, and I looked at it. I'm like, this is a dozen eggs. This was because it's from Costco. I'm like, this costs $4 to make hard-boiled eggs for 9 people.
And in my house, it's not a cost worthy because I have to buy it at a much smaller scale. I have Sam's Club, but the problem is that I can't eat too many eggs. Mm-hmm. And the kids don't eat a whole lot of eggs, period. And so it winds up being like eggs will last us a very long time, pretty much until they almost go bad. And when they're about to go bad, that's when I'm like, I'll just make a big batch of eggs with whatever,
Yeah.
If we get to that point. So, right there, it's just John and Levi on screen at the same time with disgusted faces. That's all it is.
All right, let's go through it one more time. Then I need to call it because it's almost midnight over here.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, Toff, you probably shouldn't be destroying the giant tea kettles. I mean, Iroh probably had some type of plan for those.
These are way bigger than any tea kettles Iroh has. And these ones move.
So, like, are they crawling or?
No. And sometimes I can't even feel them anymore, but I can hear them floating. It's like fighting a really loud version of Twinkle Toes.
Okay, so when they're on the ground, can you see what shape the people in the tea kettles are?
Yeah, they're shaped like I'm blind.
Sorry, I meant sense. Honestly, you're so perceptive, I forget that you're not sighted. I'm sorry about that. Okay, when you say they're loud, can you clarify?
Oh, yeah.
Exterminate. That would be a Dalek. They're metal, so of course that's why.
Who are you fighting?
It calls itself Toff.
What the hell? What's up? The Dalek just said it's fighting Toffee. I mean, it's chewy as hell, John. The shriveled little flesh bags inside the Dalek suits don't exactly have strong jaws. Probably pulled a muscle or something. Ring, ring. It's them again. This John.
It crunches us.
How are you fighting Toffee?
It crunches our pot.
What the is going on? Levi,
I'm on the phone. What?
you know the Daleks. What does it mean when they say they're fighting Toffee?
Hold on a second. What's the first four letters of that word?
Toff?
And how else can you spell that word to make the same sound?
Top8. Oh, crap.
Yeah, she's Dalek bending.
That makes the "it crunches us" comment make way more sense now. Now the "it crunches us" comment makes way more sense. Did you ever expect to say Dalek bending?
Never in my wildest dreams. But I'm guessing you, yeah, instead of saying so, put but. But I'm guessing you haven't fully heard yet.
Heard what? Ring, ring.
You're about to find out. Toff, I'm going to pull John on the line quick so he can hear this.
I have to take this call.
Let Nappa take it.
Okay, Nappa, grab that call. Try to help the Dalek. Okay, let's hear this.
Do it, Toff. Thanks, Toff. Call me when you're done.
That reminded me of Magneto tin canning a Borg cube, and I still hear that in my nightmares.
Like metal hard-boiled eggs being squished.
Leave it to Toff to be an unhinged Dalek crusher. Where's the rest of Team Avatar, anyways?
Toff said they're fighting men in metal suits. Given that she just fought the Weeping Angels, I would put a bet that it's...
Hey, that was just another Dalek fighting Toffee and hanging up. Anybody want a desk egg?
Which is a perfect endpoint. I love that. Those that like the longer skits are going to stay for the entire thing, and I think like the whole thing.
I think Sage has a point. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. Noskra, I apologize, has a point here. And then hold on. So instead of, TOFF, and then Levi goes, pronounce that.
So I'll get rid of the question mark, though.
Yeah. Good call on that, Noskra. So it's just, yeah. So just do hold on a second.
Hold on a second. What's the first four letters of that word?
TOFF?
Pronounce that.
Toff? Oh, crap.
I like that.
Yeah.
Still gets the same level of sass and smartassery.
Mm-hmm. and it moves it forward instead of trying to make the same joke again.
Yeah.
Instead of oh crap, oh, they're dead. Toff? Oh, they're dead.
Yeah, I like that. It needs to have that dragged out. Oh. I like that a lot. So the only thing that we need is the voicing of that.
I will have Kate and I can work on that. It won't be tonight. Tomorrow before my class or Tuesday.
I will make a note here to work on the Dalek voice.
Okay. I mean, if we need to, literally, one of us can just go. It calls itself, and we can just make the noise, and then
I can definitely do that and edit my voice to where it sounds like a Dalek. That's not hard to do.
If we need to, we can just do that.
Yeah. There's a voice changer somewhere, I bet, because people do it, period.
I meant to try voice mod. Let me try voice mod real quick.
Yeah, it's about 12 o'clock there. Today's Sunday.
I'm so glad I didn't answer this question.
Saturday? Today's Sunday. Tomorrow's Monday. Okay. I'm not answering that.
No, I know.
Mainly because like Toff doesn't have a nickname for everyone. She has a nickname for the people that are the closest people in her life. There's no reason for like, despite the relationship that Levi has with Iroh, that's much different than the relationship he might have with Toff and the Aang and Qatar and everything. Because Levi will go out of his way to go and hang out with Iroh, or Iroh will go out of their way to find a way to hang out with the people he talks to. The Avatar crew isn't doing that. One, they're busy. Even at the end of Avatar, they're incredibly busy all the way into their adulthood. There shouldn't be a shop code from us. You can get that. Does it say when you look at it? It like I get random invites all the time, and that happens if you're in large servers. And unfortunately, our server is. I'm not going to say unfortunately. Our server is large enough that that's probably going to start happening, where there might be a bot or two in there scraping names to send messages, and there isn't a whole lot that we can honestly do about it. That's something I need to talk to you about when we get done real fast, actually, because I keep forgetting to have that conversation. All right, everyone. It is right there. That's pretty much it. If there's any nickname, it's the guy on the phone. Random speaker guy and stuff like that. Pretty much. Anyways, everyone, thank you for joining. Chris, you're muted. There you go. I want to do a closeout. I want to thank you all for joining. I wish you all I wish you all peace of mind, serenity, abiding spirit, and harmony among others. Remember to take it one breath, one step, one day at a time. And until the winds blow your sails my way again, have an Acme day. I can't hear you. Did you mute your mic? Oh, the mod.
Voice mod failed, but still decided to be my microphone. Have an Acme Day is a product of the villain. Having an Acme Day was Have an Acme Day is a product of the villain. Having an Acme Day will retroactively build your account. Have an Acme Day.
There we go. Have a good day.
Not everybody.